many issues to be considered. Who will pay for the costs of procuring and storing the gas? How the gas will be transported from the different regions?
Let's now go to Sharon George, who's an environmental scientist and senior lecturer at Keele University. Thank you so much for joining us on the program today. Now, a lot of divided opinions here. Clearly, what can we expect to come out of this emergency meeting being held?
I think there's I think we've got a perfect storm of this is a situation that we've kind of gone into, that some aspects of it could have been foreseen and some that couldn't. And I think what needs to be secured is to take away the risk that's happening through this situation. We're seeing prices skyrocketing, and one of the priorities of governments is going to be to protect those people that are most vulnerable and the businesses that are going to suffer through this. But yeah, we've seen heavily dependent industries like ceramics manufacture or steel manufacture that are going to really struggle to cope with this crisis. So some of the priorities are going to be in managing that situation, but also into how to unfreeze this whole pricing situation.
Right, you mentioned people and businesses. How big of a problem is this really? What are the long-term effects that people and businesses going to face?
Well, at the moment, we're seeing prices going up in the bills. So the price of just heating our homes in terms of just living is going to be felt in our bills. But also businesses are going to be struggling to manufacture. And that's going to then ripple through not only businesses being able to survive and have a viable business and pay those jobs, but we're also going to see these prices reflected in the goods that we buy. So this is going to impact right through our food supply and manufacturing transport. This is going to, not going to go away anytime soon. So I think it's going to be a rough ride, especially as we head into winter. And this isn't expected to ease until maybe next April.
So what role do you think EU leaders need to play here? What is it going to take for them to overcome this major problem?
Well, I think in the short term, it is just making sure that there is a subsidy for those businesses to stop, the impact and the ripple that's going to go through. If there's no subsidies in place, we are going to see businesses really struggling to survive. This is, when we use the word crisis, this is really being felt. So I think having a support package in place to cushion that. But I think longer term, we need to kind of reflect on how this has come to be and how this has happened. And this has kind of been a perfect storm of increased production from the end of COVID, but also, as we move towards more renewables, fluctuations in energy production are something we need to prevent in the future. So things like more emphasis on more energy storage to cushion these shocks that we see in our energy supply. And I think they have to be prioritized long term as well.
Definitely. Sharon George, thank you so much for sharing that insight with us here on TRT World.